This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11. Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Ajuatin Krama Domina. Coming up, Electoral Commission in Ashanti region begins steps to reverse over 580 names fraudulently transferred to Malaysia South as NPP following a court order.
My situation is quite urgent, so I needed to see the doctor very fast. But since now they are not here and I can't take my report to the doctor, it's going to affect me very much.
Apologies, but we'll bring you a reaction from the New Patriotic Party, Malaysia South, who says the process will be thoroughly observed. Also coming up, Food and Beverages Association of Ghana threatens to pass on excessive port charges to consumers if shipping lines fail to reduce the exploitative port charges.
If it happens that you pass on any cost, we have the right to pass it on to them. And once it's coming, then it's the consumer, final consumer, who bears the brunt of it. That is why we are saying enough is enough.
Thank you.
These things must stop.
Still in the bulletin, mortuaries across the country to be closed from tomorrow as mortuary workers insist on a strike over conditions of service.
We are going to strike tomorrow. As I speak to you, members have started putting red banks around their gate. I mean, nothing has come to our attention that would have, changed our plans.
And later we'll take you to the court where lawyers for the 39 demonstrators remanded on Tuesday served notice of an appeal of the court's decision. Stay with us for details of these and more stories coming your way in the next half hour. Remember, the bulletin is live across the globe on citinewsroom.com. Around the country, we're live on a number of affiliate stations. If you're in the Western region, tune in to Adwempa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade. In the Bono region, this is Gwina 95.9 FM in Sunyan. If you're in the Shanti region, at Adwempa 99.9 FM in Nkawie. In the Volta region, find us on Heritage 107.3 FM Hohoi, Freedom 88.1 FM in Sugakope. In the Northern region, this is Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. In Upper East, we're on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. And in the Northeast region, this is Nobia FM 98.1 FM in Nalerigu. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful for your company. This is the Election Bureau. Let's begin with some election-related matters. And officials of the Electoral Commission in the Ashanti region have begun taking steps to reverse about 580 names transferred to the Malaysia South voter register following a court order. Now, this comes after the New Patriotic Party in the constituency identified some infractions in the voters register during the vote transfer exercise and brought this action in court. Now, the Kumasi Magistrate Court, presided over by Her Ladyship Deborah Jawa Donko, delivering a verdict on the matter on Tuesday, ordered the Electoral Commission to reverse this issue. However, speaking to City News, the New Patriotic Party Malaysia South Constituency Secretary Alhaji Haruna Al-Hassan said the party will follow up to ensure the right thing is done.
Through the court process, we were given a court officer. So I can tell you, we went in all the houses that were contained in their documents for the transfer. And through the assistance of the landlords and landladies and those who live in the house, they were able to confirm to us that truly these people are not residents of those houses. So we went back to the court and defended all these issues. So eventually yesterday, the court ordered that 580 people who were transferred to Malaysia South during the transfer period should be sent back to where their votes were originally. And I think the EC will do the right thing. And we as constituency officers, as a party in Malaysia South, we are going to follow up and make sure that those people, as declared by the court, that these 580 people should be sent back to where they came from, is really done. We are going to make a follow-up on that and make sure that the right thing is done.
So you had the New Patriotic Party's secretary in the Malaysia South constituency. Let's stay in politics now. A political science lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, Dr. Jonathan Asantiotre, has lauded a decision by some members of the academia to openly endorse John Mahama for the December 7 elections. A group of lecturers at the University of Ghana yesterday hit the streets to campaign for the NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama, a move described by many political watchers as surprising rising. Now speaking to City News, Dr. Santiotre, while applauding their decision, says members of academia should utilize the influence they wield to be able to be heard more on political issues. He maintains also that the move has the ability of influencing other voters to the benefit of the opposition party.
I think that this is a novelty. It appears that it brings the momentum on the side of the end when this particular change. Sometimes it will get to a point where when you speak, your student may not want to listen. But if you stand on a particular cause and you realize that that is a good cause to go, for example, if a group of lecturers come on board, speak about Ghana, say, now we do not have NDC Ghana, we do not have MPC Ghanaian, neither do we have NDC Ghana, MPC Ghana. When it destroys all of us. It does not select. So you have a group of lecturers coming together to speak against that. That for me is something that the academia ought to be doing on regular. Now this appears to be quite partisan. It appears to be a good cause. Then I think that we can really ensure that things of that nature are done on a regular basis, especially on issues. It doesn't have to be when we are going for elections. But especially on issues that affect me, we still need to see the most of these lectures taking up, mantle and doing the right thing and saying the right word.
Dr. Jonathan Asantiotre is a political science lecturer at the University of Cape Coast. Now, the head of the University of Ghana's Physics Department, Professor Nanaba Brown Kluche, has reviewed intentions by a group of University of Ghana lecturers to intensify campaign on campus to ensure victory for the NDC in the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. The governing New Patriotic Party won the constituency for the past 5 elections consecutively. Now, addressing the media during a retail campaign by the professional intellectual group under the NDC, Professor Nana Amakluche called on her colleague lecturers to mobilize students for the party's victory in the December 7 polls.
Ayawaso West Wagon is our campus where we teach and work. We want to change the face of the election in Ayawaso Wagon. So we, the lecturers on campus, a lot of the other administrative staff on campus are hitting the streets doing this campaign with us. When school reopens, we are going to touch the campus itself. We are going to deal with our students, talk to them, for them to understand the policies of the NDC and choose the NDC when they get to the ballot box on December 7. We are talking to other lecturers and other administrative staff on campus to also help push the agenda of the NDC forward. We want to win the campus. This is our project. This is our calling. We want to win the Ayawaso Wagon campus this time around. We built up over the last years. In 2020, we saw the result of the election. It's less with a few votes for us to win. And once we have set out to do this work, to campaign massively for John Dramani Mahama, we believe that we'll win the seat as well for John Dumelo.
Professor Nana Makluche is head of the Physics Department at the University of Ghana. Away from politics now, the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, FABAC, says it will be compelled to pass on excessive charges at the port to consumers if shipping lines across the country fail to resolve their issues. Now, the association's call comes on the back of the 14-day ultimatum issued by the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, trade associations and custom agents to shipping lines to resolve what they describe as exploitative charges at the port. Now, speaking in solidarity with the protest organized by the freight forwarders on Tuesday, General Secretary of FABAC, Samuel Agui, called for urgent steps to address this matter.
This is a call that has to be done, a thing that has been said and is being said. So we believe that the authorities will now listen as to why these things are happening and no course of action is being taken. Are the one fronting warrants in clearance. If it happens that you pass on any cost, we have the right to pass it on to the and once it's coming, then it's the consumer, final consumer, who bears the brunt of it. That is why we are saying enough is enough.
Thank you.
These things must stop.
Thank you. Thank you.
So when I come here this afternoon or this morning, I'm here in solidarity. We cannot sit aloof and watch when government cannot do what they have to do. So if they are sleeping, we are waking them up.
You heard the General Secretary of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, Samuel Agri. Meanwhile, the Association of Custom House Agents of Ghana has also stressed the need to particularly abolish demurrage fees charged on weekends and holidays. Philip Bedu-Mensah is Vice President of the association.
These are the things that they are doing to us. They will not, you see, container will get to their terminals about 5 p.m. Friday, they will tell you they have closed. They will not come to work until Monday morning. When you come, they will ask you to go and pay demurrage of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday before they drop the container. Why are they doing this to us? Today, the port is working 24 hours. MPS is 24 hours. Customs is 24 hours. The shipping lines are not working. Why are they doing this to us? So we are calling on government, we are calling on the authority to come to this port and see it themselves, so that we will have a fair playing ground with our neighboring countries. Today we are losing cargo to other ports in our neighborhood.
Vice President of the Association of Customs House Agents of Ghana, Philip Bedu Mensah. Now, moving on, now families who wish to bury their dead this weekend may face some considerable challenges. This is because mortuary workers in the country are set to embark on an indefinite strike effective tomorrow. The action is in demand of improved conditions of service, which the association says the government has reneged on since 2022. General Secretary of the Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana, Richard Kofi Jordan, tells Citi News mortuary workers will not return to work until their demands are met.
We are going to strike tomorrow. As I speak to you, members have started putting red banks around their gate. I mean, nothing has come to our attention that we would have, changed our plans. We're still going to start the strike tomorrow morning. It is not about coming to have a discussion anymore. We have had series of discussions on these particular matters before our employer. This is about implementation. We are only asking for things that will not even have any impact on the economy. These things are not new. We have already talked about them. We have agreed on them, and they are still pending since 2020. So we don't see anything concrete changing our minds apart from full implementation of our demands. Our strike is supposed to be definite, and we do not have a timeline for us to whether we'll stop here until we see results. We are not backing down.
You heard Richard Kofi Jordan. He's General Secretary of the Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana. Let's stay on labor unrest. And the Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana, TUSAC, is also threatening a nationwide strike by end of September 2024 if demands of members are not met. The association cited the government's refusal to implement revised allowances for senior members of public universities directed by the Ministry of Finance in May 2024 as a clear violation of their rights. Now speaking to Citi News, President of the association, Kojo Enin Opan, noted that an industrial action is their last resort following non-compliance by the government.
We have an agreement with the government to pay effective January 2024 new rate for off-campus, fuel, vehicle, sanitation and security, almost all our allowances. Now, these are common allowances between senior members of public universities. The government is paying for the teaching, but for some reason, government has refused to pay for the non-teaching. It's as simple as that. We just want to be treated fairly. We want to be given what is due us. We are not asking for anything extra. Is it that government wants us to go to work maybe 2 days out of the 5 days in a week? Or we just don't understand it. We've had enough negotiations. We've done everything we are supposed to do. This is the only options we are left with. The validation has come. It was still the old rate. Are we not Ghanaians? And you see, it goes beyond this. The discrimination is too much.
You heard Kojo Enin. He's president of the Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, environmental CSO Arocha Ghana warns of escalating environmental crisis over Galamsey menace. We have details of this and other stories coming up shortly. Please stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Get ready for the ultimate battle of business minds at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Join us for a day of intense competition, team building, and networking as companies go head to head in the various challenges to prove their skills and expertise. From traditional sports like seven-a-side football, basketball, sack race, and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement. excitement, and adrenaline pumping action. Don't miss out on this exciting event that will test your business acumen and athletic skills on the field. Date Saturday 28th September 2024. Venue Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager. Time 8 a.m. Call 0558 973 973 for details on how you can participate and showcase your company's talents at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Get ready to compete, collaborate, and conquer. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Beaver Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, experts in shipping logistics, and Lozati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Let's bring you some more stories. The Deputy Director of Arocha Ghana, Darrell Bosu, has warned that the illegal mining menace in Ghana will soon escalate from an environmental crisis to armed conflict. Now, his concerns follows demands by civil society, organized labor, among other groups, for the government to declare a state of emergency over the menace. Statistics by security analyst Professor Kwesi Enin has revealed that Ghana has 2.3 million small arms in circulation, with 1.1 million used for illegal mining. Darrell Bosu, in an interview with Citi News, called on the government to listen to calls for immediate action.
If we are not very careful, this is going to escalate just beyond an environmental crisis to one of an armed conflict. Because, and I even understand that some of these mining syndicates, they are fighting for theft. They are fighting over areas to mine. And they have so many ways they get to do that. And so for me, yes, we are concerned about the water, we are concerned about the environment and the forest and the people's ability to have access to these resources. But the social and the conflict-related aspect of it is not lost on us. And it seems to be an issue that is gradually, I actually think it's escalating because of the sort of impunity now we are seeing everywhere. It's really serious, and I think that is the level. Maybe we could use that also as a way to also escalate this matter just beyond an environmental crisis.
Well, Darrell Bosu also laments what he describes as attempts by the government to divert attention from the coordinated and sustained demands of organized labor in the last 2 weeks.
Really sad to see that instead of the state listening to the demands of civil society, the various organized groups, and dealing with it, the strategy is to obstruct and to frustrate our civic space, but really taking away all the opportunity we have to even voice out these concerns. And that is where I'm afraid that right now Ghana is confronted significantly by the menace of Galamsey. I think what everybody needs to understand is that nobody is saying that mining is bad. Mining as an economic enterprise, one that brings revenue to our country, is inevitable. We need to really take advantage of the bountiful resources that we have. But that must be done in context. It must be done within limits and within boundaries. And that is why we are saying that if we must do mining, then let's do it properly and responsibly within the full remit of the law.
You heard Darrell Bosu, he is Deputy National Director of Arocha Ghana. We'll stay on Galamsey because convener for the Media Coalition Against Galamsey, Dr. Kenneth Ashibe, has strongly condemned the National House of Chiefs over its stance on illegal mining, popularly called Galamsey. Earlier, President of the House of Chiefs, Ojiahohoya Ojebi II, advocated for stricter regulations to ensure responsible mining instead of a blanket ban, emphasizing the significance of mining as a contributor to Ghana's economy. In response response, Dr. Kenneth Ashibe criticized the House of Chiefs for failing to offer solutions to Galamsey and challenged the chiefs to provide concrete solutions to the menace. He spoke to Umaru Sanda Amadu on Channel 1 TV's Face to Face.
So you see, again, so when you have the president of the House of Chiefs, they issued a position paper on the 6th of February, where they came up with some issues where they were against illegality and they were asking to be placed on boards. They were asking for special courts. Now you have him on another platform where there is a crisis of genocidal proportions. And then instead of coming out and giving us solutions, he comes and blanket says that, again, and saying as if we were, instead of focusing on the solution, he comes to say, don't grant a ban on all of that without providing us with a solution. And then again, the interesting thing is that there are situations where you've had some traditional leaders like the Otufo take action, and so, but then you have other chiefs that are complicit. There are chiefs that about 20 meters, 30 meters from their palace, there's Galamsey happening in there. And these people are not doing anything about it. Some of them are actually actively involved in the Galamsey.
Or at least they are endorsing it.
Oh, some of them, beyond the endorsement, there's some of them who are actively the people behind it who are giving that. And then you have the House of Chiefs, who will not help us to find a solution, but only finding fault with what the solution is. It's not enough, because they have been given special positions. Even traditionally, they are the people who are supposed to, guard these lands for us.
You had the convener of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey, Dr. Kenneth Ashibe, speaking in that interview with Umaru Sanda Amadu on Face to Face on Channel 1 TV. We'll stay a while longer on this because the UK government has cautioned against the wanton smuggling of gold in Ghana, expressing worry about its negative impact. It says unregulated mining practices coupled with illegal small-scale mining, also known as Galamsey, if left unchecked, will continue to have dire consequences on Ghana's economy. Team lead for the UK Ghana Gold Programme, Chris Aston, at a CSO's meeting with some political parties on mining reforms and governance, demanded swift action from authorities to reverse this trend.
Estimates say that the Ghanaian government loses $2 billion a year in lost tax revenues. We also know that it can fund foreign nationals, it can fund criminals and potentially even extremist groups. In 2022, there was more gold smuggled from Ghana than any other African country. 60 tons from 2022 smuggled out of Ghana. And all of that was lost revenue to the Ghanaian government. This sector is vulnerable to being exploited by organised crime groups and others, and we know that the threat's growing. The estimates also say that gold smuggling in Africa has more than doubled between 2012 and 2022. So this threat is growing.
So that's a team lead for the UK Ghana Gold Programme, Chris Aston. We move on now to some other stories. And residents of Abuabo and in Nkurakan in the Yellow Krobo municipality of the Eastern region will tomorrow stage a demonstration to drum home their concerns over delays in the construction of the Koforidua to Nkurakan road. The reconstruction of the Koforidua to Asesewa road, which was started some 3 years ago, has been abandoned by the contractor, leaving residents and other road users with daily discomfort. According to sources, about 3 Okada riders have been knocked down and killed by speeding vehicles in the last 3 months due to the excessive dust on the stretch. City News understands that a senior high school student was also recently killed in a crash, leading to anger in the community. Here's a road user, Emmanuel Teteba, sharing his daily struggles using the stretch.
It is a good idea that they've started the road, but they must be very fast. At least this is the time they must finish the road for us. If they don't finish by the next 1 month, then it means by the time they finish the road, a lot of people will die. Yes, you'll be done with the road, but a lot of people will lose their lives, which is not good. Right. Because of the dust, look at most stores around the roadside, they've closed most of the stores. Drug stores, drinking spots, beer bars, chop bars have closed. Restaurants, they've closed them because of the dust. You can't even spend a minute around this road. And that is what we are pleading. Those in charge, the contractor, they must make sure that the road must be finished within the shortest possible time.
He had a road user on the Koforidua to Nkrakan Road, Emmanuel Teteba. Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Yilo Krobo constituency, Albert Tete Nyakute, says it will be difficult to restrain his constituents from blocking the roads.
The construction of this road has been going on for at least 3 years. For the past 6 months or 1 year, the contractor, the work has come to a standstill. And there's so much dust on the road that the first thing it's doing is that, pollution is not good. Once there's dust entering the shops and all, it can give them a lot of diseases. The second thing is that anytime a vehicle passes, it creates so much dust that if there's a motorbike or another vehicle behind it, it can lead into an accident. Even if the government is not willing to complete the road, they should water the road at least once a day or 3 times or 4 times a week.
You heard Albert Tete Nyakute, he's Member of Parliament for the Yilo Krobo constituency. Now, lawyers for the 39 protesters who were remanded on Tuesday say they will appeal the decision by the court. According to them, the decision is unfair to the clients who were only exercising their right to protest. One of the lawyers, Nelson Noble, spoke to the media on their disappointment and how the court handled the situation.
But we are going to repeat the appeal again. We are going to appeal against it at the Human Rights Court. And we are sure that within some days we'll have the The main person why I'm here is Felicity Nelson, and she has not been brought to the court. So we have to look for where exactly she is. And I'm sure at the coming days, if we can't find her, we'll bring habeas corpus application at the court to get her to be brought to the court. The plea of 19 of them has been taken, and 12 of them, their plea have been referred to the next agenda date, because we raised the concern that they have not been served with the charge sheet. They only surprised us with the charge sheet at the courtroom. So we raised the same point, and the judge agreed with us and adjourned the matter for their plea to be taken. We are only disappointed at the number of days that they have been remanded, and some remanded into prison custody, which...
You heard Nelson Noble. He's a lawyer for the 39 protesters with the Democracy Hub. Now, the countdown has begun for the 2024 Citi Business Olympics as participating companies ramp up their preparations. The highly anticipated Business Olympics is set to take place on Saturday, September 28, 2024 at the Eden Heights Sports Complex in Accra. The following report takes a look at how companies are gearing up for the biggest sporting event in the country.
The Citi Business Olympics has become one of the largest corporate sporting events in Ghana, promoting health and wellness while encouraging collaboration among companies. This year's event promises to be even bigger, with an impressive lineup of sporting disciplines designed to test both physical and mental endurance. From football to volleyball, basketball, tug of war, sack race and other sporting disciplines, the various teams are ready for competition. Unicom Chemist is one of the participating teams.
Next year we are 30th year, so to commemorate that we want to sweep almost every trophy available. So we can't wait for Saturday. Again, we're expecting that we are coming along with sugar test as well. We have 2 types of diabetes, and then type 2 is mostly by our lifestyle. And so for us to ensure that everybody is well fit, all participating teams will be tested for sugar test free.
Meanwhile, the folks at Das Pharma have thrown down the gauntlet to the other participating companies. They are here not just to add to the numbers.
This morning we just got off a call from our CEO. He's currently in Spain. When we had a call with him, he was lying in an ice bar, and he has a message for all CEOs out there. His name is Daniel Kisi, aka DK. And if you know your sports, you know what DK means. So all the CEOs of all the companies that are coming, please beware, because this CEO challenge will be a different challenge.
The 2024 Citi Business Olympics promises excitement. Here is Head of Events and Partnerships at Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, Frema Edunyame, with what to expect on Saturday.
You are coming to CBO, expect to participate or come witness games like the 7-a-side football, the volleyball, the lawn tennis, swimming. This is game for you to come in and show what you can do.
The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics and Lozati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited.
Citi News' Charles Owusukumi with that report. And now Fan Milk Ghana has launched the Fan Milk School Caravan in Kumasi aimed at promoting healthy snacking and proper waste management among students. This initiative, which began in 2018, aligns with Danone's One Planet, One Health ethos, emphasizing the interconnectedness of the planet and its people. Now, since its inception, it has positively impacted over 300,000 students in the Greater Accra region. Students and staff of Makom SDA School expressed their excitement as first beneficiaries of the initiative. Well, here's the managing director of Fan Milk PLC, Lionel Parent, speaking on the caravan.
It's all about, engaging the students, building the next generation, about healthy snacking and sanitation. As you can see, you can drink fizzy drink, carbonated soft drink, candies, but eating that between meals once in a while could be okay, but every day is not good. So in your everyday nutrition, product like fruits, vegetables, yogurt, like the product of Fan Milk, is what should be part of the diet of a good student who wants to grow in a healthy way. And the second part, the packaging. We know that, if you throw packaging the nature, in the future down the line, we are damaging the planet. So it's also the school caravan is to raise the awareness among the students about recycling.
That's the managing director of Fan Milk PLC, Lionel Parent. And that's it for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. Log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. My name is Ajuatin Kramadomna. Many thanks for your company. Good afternoon.
Citi News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.